Right, you guys ready?
ComX presents.
Alex, not yet. Lauren, what are you doing?
Making everything look sexy and chilling.
By the way, I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick May, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX net, is it ComX net AU? Or,
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck. Hey, welcome to the 50th episode of Friday Night Drink and Draw, brought to you by ComX Studio. I'm Sizzle, and that really threw me. But yeah, welcome to the show. Tonight is about our guest is Bradley Adan, and
Howdy.
our special guest, I should say, and our topic is Shadowhawk from Image Comics. Just a reminder to everyone throughout the show, give in the comments, give us your suggestion for next week's character, which needs to be a mainstream character that's not one of the big three. So we're gonna move outside the big three, so outside DC, Marvel, and Image, and do someone outside of that. So whack them in the comments, as many as you want, and I will randomly pick one at the end of the show.
So something like
Over to you,
Hellboy.
Spedsy.
Is that kind of what you're thinking of?
Start drawing everyone.
Objection, Your Honor, leading. Alex was just trying to lead the audience into voting for Hellboy. People at home, feel free to choose whoever you want from comic books or pop culture. Anyway, yes, that is Sizzle. He gets thrown by saying his own name. It's good times. I'm Spedsy. Next to me is the man they call Quick. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, good. I'm excited. I didn't know we're up to 50. Not that I've been on for 50, but I'm going to take all the credit for 50.
Yeah. We did it. They said we'd never make it. Who are they? Who said it? Anyway, Alex, what's going on? Welcome back, man.
Hello, I'm glad to be back. I just want to say congrats to Shane and Rob for doing this for 50 episodes straight. So congrats, guys. And I hope there's at least 25 more. But more than 25. But, you know, if we can reach 700 episodes, that'll be great.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm in. Mr. Neil, how are you, sir? Welcome back.
Hello. Fine. Good. Thank you. What?
I'm hoping
I've got a lot to say tonight.
Here we go. Oh, where is he? Wait.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Is everybody trying to click the button to add her in? Oh, son of a one person click it.
I'm the clicker.
Now everyone's out of order. I've got to put them all back in the thing.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what happened there. I just kind of disappeared and I was very confused for a second. Sorry about that.
No, when we're not
okay.
sure, we just blame Alex. So Alex, I can't believe you did that.
I have nothing but apologies for everybody that's
Bloody
been hurt
Alex.
by this.
She at the No Man's Land. Shaden Jew, welcome to the show for the first time. It's an
Hello.
absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Sizzle hasn't bought any of your books. What a son of a gun. There he is.
Pretty sure he does.
I know. I was just picking on him because he wasn't waving them around. Dave Dye, the man whose comics have been thrown from a helicopter. How are you? Welcome back.
Good, mate. Yeah.
We missed you.
Going out with the bathwater too.
And next to him is Duncan Pranovicius 2.0. All I have to say to him is, yeah, g'day, mate.
How's it going, mate?
Now, Duncan, just be careful. No politics tonight. Hey, no politics tonight, all right?
What?
Just, yeah. Sorry. Hey,
sorry.
tone it down. Nicholas Mayfield, hello, sir.
G'day, everyone.
G'day, mate.
Well, it's very good.
Whoa. Nick is here. Holy moly. And, of course, welcome Bradley Adan to the show.
Hey, everybody.
I should have written it down.
Yeah.
Super Battle Armor?
Mostly correct.
Super
Super
Battle.
ready. Super ready battle armor.
Yeah, you like 75% of the way there.
I'm an idiot. I have a notepad here, and nothing is written on it. I'm always like, I got it. 50 shows. I can do this.
That's the same notepad Sizzle uses for his questions on the midweek show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely love winging it. It's good.
Yeah,
my level of organization too.
So tonight,
you're fitting well, mate.
We are drawing Shadowhawk. Sizzle, why are we drawing Saddlehawk? Why are we drawing Shadowhawk?
I have no idea. Who is this Saddlehawk?
Did you pick Shadowhawk, Sizz?
I always pick. I have the power. We were during the show. Only 3 people gave choices, so I had 3 to choose from, and I just randomly went Shadowhawk. It was that complicated.
We need some extra comments this week so that we can.
Let's beat 3, guys. Come on, viewers, you can do it.
Let's beat 3 nominations. Nick May, when did Shadowhawk debut?
Oh, it was a sunny night in 1990, and young Jim Valentino was doing some backbreaking work, and he thought, why don't I make up a character who just goes around breaking people's backs? And that's the story.
Do you remember what book he was working on at the time at Marvel when he left with the
Guardians
rest
of the Galaxy?
And I think Tom DeFalco was also working on that book.
You're telling the story.
I just assume you're like an encyclopedia for this stuff.
No,
it was last week.
No, I think you're thinking of Neil. Neil is so into those 90s Marvel comics and Image. Neil is like, he's the master. Ask him anything. He knows it. He knows it all.
Well, Neil, you would know then that I believe Tom DeFalco ignored his own pitch for Guardians of the Galaxy because he loved Jim Valentino's so much.
Yeah.
And it was going to run. It ran for 62 issues. Jim, Jim planned and plotted up to issue 50, but bailed.
The guy I hate, that one.
Bailed to create Shadowhawk. He debuted in what book, Nick?
Image something.
Does anyone have a guess of what book that he debuted in?
Shadowhawk 1.
Ooh,
Youngblood 7.
Zap
Closer.
4.
Was it a magazine?
Really? Wow, his first appearance was in an Image sort of coming up magazine, but that was not his comic
Old
book
Blood
appearance.
Young Blood 2.
I don't know.
1992.
Adventures.
The world was singing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and reading Shadowhawk. It was a good time.
Wow.
What about powers? Does anyone know what Shadowhawk's powers are?
Breaking backs, right?
Yep, sure. Done. Tick. You nailed it.
Punching things.
Well, so he wears armor.
Do you know what debilitating disease he has?
No.
AIDS. HIV.
Yep.
Yes. He's the first
Wow.
HIV positive superhero.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. Tell us more about that.
He was a defense attorney, I believe. And something to do with his brother, I can't really remember, but to get back at him, he was injected with a hypodermic needle with HIV infected blood. And he eventually died of it, and he never came back.
Oh, so they don't make any more Shadowhawks?
No, there was some white dude picked up the mantle.
So Shadowhawk 2 was a different guy?
Different guy, yeah. The first
Does
guy
he have AIDS too, or does he have some other disease, or?
No, the first guy had AIDS.
Oh,
So that was his whole thing.
Classic
one of the big
Alex.
things to get AIDS.
Yeah, apologies. Apologies, my question was wrong.
No, it's all good.
Well, so his powers are derived from his armor, of which he has augmented strength and agility, and he's completely bulletproof. So there you go, everybody. Who can? I was about to ask a question that sounds like I'm talking to a bunch of grade ones, but let's go with it. Who can name another character who's completely bulletproof?
Superman.
Nicholas.
Gumby.
Good answer.
Megatron.
Was he really bulletproof, Gumby?
Was he ever
Well,
shot?
he was a
I
little
guess
ball
we'll
green.
never know.
Does,
I know you could.
does manga count or no?
Yes, please go.
All right, Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. Made of
Right.
rubber.
Made of rubber, like Gumby.
Yep.
All comes
Maybe
out.
Gumby was
Gumby's
bulletproof.
plasticine. Yeah,
Well,
see?
he did take a bite of gum.
That's right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what this show is anymore.
That's what happens when you turn 50.
Oh dear.
Are we middle aged or are we? Is middle age 50? Don't know.
50 is the new teens.
Right. I like it's always the 30-year-olds that say 30 is the new 20, and then the 40-year-olds 40 is the new.
I'm 20.
I think 50 is the new 70.
Ping, 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 ping. Yeah,
No,
what's
that's 46.
Where's Pokey? Quick.
Pokey's not bulletproof, so
Oh,
yeah.
Don't want to put him at risk.
But
yeah.
are the Transformers bulletproof? Because I don't think you shoot lasers at each other. But like proper, like if you shot like Megatron with a revolver, I don't think he'd be hurt.
You just
He'd be okay.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Megatron a revolver anyway?
No, he was a
Revolver
gun.
shooting a revolver. Oh my god.
Oh.
Hey,
keep going. That was good.
Let's,
That's a good weird tangent.
can we do it
No,
early?
but I have a feeling like sorry,
Okay.
Duncan. I think I interrupted you with the thing with the second.
What else
because
is new?
sorry.
You always
else is new?
interrupt
Nothing.
me. What else is new?
Oh, I'm not saying new
You
stuff.
do.
I was,
No, it's gone now.
Apologies.
The moment's lost.
oh, sorry.
Gone. Like, you got to get it back up again. It's gone soft.
Okay. All right.
Easy.
Shaden, do you know of any comic characters that you can shoot at and they'll be fine?
Comic
Bullet-
characters.
bulletproof.
Yeah. Oh,
Bulletproof?
bulletproof. Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing coming to mind because I think I read way too much romance stuff. So, I mean, Bulletproof Heart, I don't know, someone who's really, I don't know. I'm taking a bit of a different turn on it, but
Arrowproof. If
I
your
can't
heart,
think of anyone
arrowproof.
who's physically bulletproof.
If you're bulletproof, can Cupid's arrow pierce your heart? Just saying.
Magic.
Luke Cage. Did Luke Cage love?
Basically, are you saying that if a Cupid would have shot at Megatron, he would have been a nice guy and would have just the whole storyline would have changed? Is that what you're saying?
Was all, mate.
Depends who he saw first, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, after
No,
the
it's
Megatron thing, so Shaden, what kind of comics are you reading? You said romance stuff. So what kind of romance comics would you recommend for us manly men?
Well,
And Alex.
somebody mentioned manga before.
Yes.
Yeah, Bradley.
Is that correct? Yes, I'm definitely a huge fan of the Japanese comics manga. So I highly recommend like a science fiction kind of romance. It's got a really cool twist to it. It's called Orange. I've got the complete volumes 1 and 2 behind me. It's like my most prized possession on my bookshelf. Definitely recommend it. It's great. It's awesome. And I think it touches on some really. Sorry.
Sorry, did that one get an anime adaptation a little while back?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Yes, it did. Yeah. Yes.
thought it was
And
connected
it
well.
touches on like topics such as like mental health and other things around that. Not just like the romance. It's just kind of like a little add-on. But yeah, that's definitely kind of like up my alley kind of thing. So this is kind of like a breath of fresh air, this Shadow Walk. So
Yeah.
yeah, for me anyway.
Are you familiar much with 90s comics pouches and crazy
Not a whole heap.
muscly
I
bound?
definitely want to get more into it and learn more about it.
Nah.
But,
You didn't miss much.
yeah.
Just ask me.
No? Okay.
No, it's just basically
but
comics with boring stuff with 12 different covers for the same comics, and that's what we like.
Excellent answer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, good pick
Nice
there.
one, Michelle.
Why, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Next time. Bulletproof
Yes.
What
Awesome
is-
comic.
What about? All right, is Thor bulletproof?
Pretty sure he is, isn't he?
Ooh.
Yes.
I don't know. Is he?
Pretty sure
Yeah.
it is.
Isn't this something people here should know about?
I didn't read a lot of
I
Thor.
guess by that logic, you could say that Iron Man's bulletproof, technically, if he's wearing the suit.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh,
Is Wonder Woman
Goku
bulletproof?
from Dragon Ball. Goku from Dragon
Depends on
Ball
the
is
version.
bulletproof.
Yeah, Goku as well.
He was shot as a child in the forehead. Nothing happened.
Oh, really?
Point blank range. They shot him in the forehead. Nothing happened.
Wow.
I mean, early Dragon Ball is definitely more gag manga than it is battle manga.
That's
Yeah, it
what
was good. I
Toriyama
like the
used to
first.
draw.
The first Dragon Ball series is awesome until he
Oh,
collects
yeah,
the
100%.
first 7 Dragon Balls, and then once he loses them and he has to collect them again, it just gets more boring and repetitive.
Yeah.
For someone who's
That was
never read
Thor.
Dragon Ball Z, what's the premise? What are Dragon Balls?
Okay, Dragon Balls are 7 mystical orbs created by the guardian of the earth, the Namek Kami. And
Okay.
they are basically used to grant any wish. Depends on the Namek that creates them and the power they have, depending on the wish power. Say, Kami, you could have 3 wishes, but the wishes weren't very strong, like there weren't much power into them.
When
Whereas later,
the Earth
when
ones
Dende
all
creates the
one
Dragon
wish?
Balls, they have 1 wish, but it's really, really powerful. See, the original first set of Dragon Balls, you couldn't wish anyone back from the dead more than once. Whereas with the second set, you can wish them back from the dead as many times as you want. That's how powerful Dende was.
Neil, is this true?
Balls.
I don't want to give you a spoiler alert, but the first time they found the Dragon Balls, they kind of threw the wish away. That's the kind of comedy of it.
Oh yeah, Oolong wished for panties.
There you go, Duncan.
And then-
there you go. So Duncan
Very
spoiled it for
important.
everybody.
I feel like that's
like
an
a
easy.
Oolong
You
the
just go to
pig.
Kmart.
Oolong the pig wished for Bulma's panties specifically, worn
Yeah.
by Bulma.
Which is the
and
lady
also
character there.
And also King Piccolo wished for to regain his youth at the same time.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
and then he was eventually killed. And when Goku punched a hole through his chest, he spat out an egg, which then grew into Piccolo Jr.
Which is then only referred to as Piccolo.
Yes, he became the only Piccolo. And that's not even his real name, because Piccolo was just, it's not even really his son. It's kind of reincarnation, but he was actually part of Kami. There were 2 beings. Then they split.
It gets very convoluted.
So it's a Megatron shoots Shadowhawk in the ass of Cupid.
Yes.
All right, so
That's what I'm going for.
No, I like it, Nick.
Episode 50. Anything
Get
can
2
happen.
thumbs up for that one. That worked.
Thanks, man. Sorry to interrupt you, Duncan. Tell me more about Dragon Ball lore.
No, everyone keeps interrupting me, and now I'm really upset.
I know there's a guy. Is that the one where the guy goes, and forgive me because I know nothing about it. He goes Super Saiyan or something like that.
Close
Saiyan.
enough.
Or Saiyajin.
And
If you're
and what's that? Other than like I see it's like he basically a huge power up.
Basically, Goku in Dragon Ball Z discovers that he is not an Earthling, but actually a member of the vicious race of Saiyans. They're aliens. They fly around the galaxy. They wipe out populations and then steal the planets.
They were colonists.
Colonists,
That's
yeah.
what we call them.
But they were technically slaves because they weren't doing it themselves. They were working for Frieza.
Tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, when a Saiyan unlocks their emotions, mostly rage and grief, they unlock a higher state of being and power called the Super Saiyan. Which basically is a power boost. There are multiple levels. As well
Right,
as
let's do Naruto now. Naruto's another one. I'm just kidding. Let's not. We'll stay back.
I don't watch Naruto. I watch good stuff.
What we should do.
I'll tell you what, I used to watch Sailor Moon. That's
hell yeah.
I know a really good romance manga. It's called Berserk. It's on my shirt right now. It's a really lovely romance manga.
I've watched the movie. I think it is.
It's delightful.
It's
about
very
a lovely
delightful.
lovely group of people. There's a couple named a woman named Casca and a man named Guts. And Casca loves a man named Griffith, but Griffith loves Guts, but Guts loves Casca. It's a really, really, really funny triangle.
That is the best synopsis I've ever heard of Berserk.
I feel like you are not setting people up very well.
Guts, while loving Casca, he's also in love with his gigantic sword, which is more like a clump of iron than a sword.
Oh my gosh.
So he's
kind
of
this is bringing back
the love of
memories of
his
me watching
giant
this.
sword and the love for Casca. So it's really weird. And they're in a little group called the Band of the Hawk, and they get up to little hijinks. They go around, they go around Earth, they go and fight little battles here and there.
Hijinks and
Has anybody else watched Berserk?
No, they should. It's really
sorry.
There's a funny thing that happens at the end where Griffith, he decides he's going to heal. He goes away for a while. He has a bit of a thing, whatever. Then they find him again, and Griffith goes and you know what? I don't really like Guts or Casca, and I'm going to go join a new group. And then there's a whole thing called the Eclipse, and the Eclipse happens. There's some really ugly little monsters getting around. Griffith becomes a member of the God Hand. Everyone has a laugh, and then the Skull Knight shows up. And he's a skull man on a horse, and he goes, "Come on, Guts and Casca, let's go. Let's leave Griffith on his own. He's being silly." Anyone that's seen Berserk will think that's really funny.
Yes. Which I did. I found that very entertaining.
Thank you. Good. I'm glad somebody appreciates me here.
But you've
They
totally
don't.
set them up. If anybody else watches Berserk expecting your synopsis, they're going to be very surprised.
I think Muria could have done with my input before he passed.
So this whole thing is set in Griffith? Is that
Correct.
up in Central
Griffith's a
Park?
man, Alex. Listen.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
He's
I'm drawing as well, Shadowhawk. So I'm trying to do two things at once. My apologies, Duncan. Please don't hurt me.
Why are you above me? You
Sorry?
should be over there.
Yeah, that would be safer.
This lovely lady should be above me instead because she's appreciative of me. That's an excellent crossover.
Come on, Spency.
Come on, you can do it.
No, I was uploading something at the same time. I don't know if it's going to work. I want it to work. How about we get this wagon back on the tracks a little bit, and let's talk to Bradley after these little messages. Oh, no!
I don't draw very much.
We'll be right back after the break.
Now it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Yes, we're here to
Hello,
talk to Bradley
everybody.
Allen. Now, let me see if this works. Tell me it works.
It works.
Wait, do the thing. Do the thing. It's not really working.
Yeah,
It's trying to flash through all the covers, but he of the super ready battle armor that's flickering awkwardly on your screen. It was going to be awesome. It was going to flick through the covers, but it hasn't worked. Bradley, tell us a little something about your book that's on Kickstarter at the moment, or books, I should say.
Yeah. So Super Ready Battle Armor is a passion project that was born from my chronic illness that I developed as a child, and used that as like an escapism sort of route, and decided to pick it up as I guess a semi-professional hobby at this stage. It's on first look, it's a superhero story about a group of misfits one of which can bring people back from the dead. But it's more of a character-driven drama with superhero powers going on in that sort of aspect.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And so this book's been running for a little while now, right? You're up to issue 5?
Yeah. So I've done in total, because I did a pilot running issue earlier on. So I've been working on this property for about 7 years now. With this will be the 9th issue that I've released, but issue 5 of the current sort of issue.
Right. What sort of things do you think you've learnt along the way since you put the first one out through to now?
Yes. So definitely 100% would be pacing and panel layout, and not overcrowding pages and panels with letter boxes and things like that.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest thing, and juggling a big cast of characters has been a lot easier the second time around.
All right, now you're the writer and there's an artist, yeah?
Correct, yeah. Hence why my art's not amazing.
Don't be that modest. It's brilliant.
Oh, thanks, man. I work with a illustrator out of Bolivia using Upwork.
Right. And how have you found the process of writing for an artist? And I assume being in another country, you just sort of get pages and it's a nice surprise in your inbox sort of thing?
Pretty much, yeah. It's we have a bit of a time zone disparity. That's probably the biggest hurdle. The next one is probably a minor inconvenience for more Lewis's end than myself's, and that's a bit of a language barrier, and potentially more just me not explaining myself properly.
Yep.
But we've pretty much just been going backwards and forwards. I'll send him a page of the script, and he turns that into a sketch draft, and then I approve it or make some edits, and then the inks are done, and then we move on to the next page pretty much.
Yeah,
so it's a pretty streamlined process. We get a page done max every 2 to 3 days minimum, I'd say.
And then does he letter it as well, or you?
No, I do all the lettering for Super Ready Battle Armor now. Wanting to just kind of take a little bit of extra pressure off the illustrators and have a bit more control of the dialogue.
Yep.
That's where I feel my strengths lie, and being able to trim down that dialogue as much as possible during the lettering process is probably the other really big thing that I've learned to do.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts. I was going to ask you, do you find yourself almost doing a second or third draft or whatever it is when it comes time to lettering?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'll have like my final draft, and then once I throw it all onto the finished page, I'll be like, well, that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And then kind of go through and kill my darlings a bit and weed out as much as I possibly can to still foreshadow, get the message across, and have them feel like people and not robots.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite is when the artwork comes back and the art's kind of already saying what you were going to say, and so it's like you just remove it altogether because it's all there. What got you started in comics? What brought you to writing for comic books?
100%. It is anime. I got heavily invested into the early 2000s anime circuits of like Gurren Lagann, Code Geass, Bleach, Naruto, brought up on Dragon Ball Z, and then kind of went more into the absurdism. So things like One Piece with its giant epic, and a lot of other sort of shows from that era that I can't think of right now. But
Fruits Basket.
there was one. Yeah. Honestly, I am a sucker for the rom-coms as well. So Fruits Basket was definitely one of the big inspirations around that time. But I was actually in a friend's garage watching Fully Cooley, which is a 6-episode OVA. Yeah, it's so good.
But they had a sequel season, didn't they?
Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to watching it yet, though. They've got two, I believe.
Really, I'm joking. I love that. That is like one of my favorite animes. I've seen that series like probably 20 times over.
It's so good, man. Like it's so original and off the walls, batshit insane.
They have South Park references in that show.
Yeah. And like they change that animation style up quite consistently, so it feels very fresh and experimental. And it was just absolutely blown away by the absurdity and the creativity of it.
And he's got like little robots coming out of his head.
That's right. And then he gets swallowed by one of them and gets fired out as a bullet and then pooped out.
Do you put that into your stories as well? That kind of stuff?
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
And so Rob. No, please. No, I love it when good. Go. Everyone talk and I don't have to do anything. That's what I want.
I have a question for Bradley though. How did you meet your artist? Did you go through forums and stuff, or did you guys just meet separately? And it looks like it's like on the same page with the art style as well. So
yeah. So briefly mentioned earlier, I met Lewis through Upwork, which is a what would you call it? It's like a client sharing hub almost, where you can post up a job and freelance. It's a freelancers website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the word I was after. And yeah, it was a really weird experience because the pilot that I did with a friend, and then moving forward, I had to do a job posting on Upwork, shortlisted a bunch of people. So like, it felt like I was the boss and going through the whole hiring process, which technically was, and it was really weird to be on the other side of that for a change.
Oh, nice. But you guys, did you have a friendship going forward, or is it still just strictly business?
No, I consider Lewis my friend. I hope he considers me the same. But yeah, it's probably 60-40, like 60 professional, 40% friendship.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's not like me and Nick at all. It's like 90% professional, if that. Like
10% unprofessional.
But also, like, Rob, did you choose Bradley to be on the show because he kind of has this similar aesthetic to you? Glasses, beard.
No, because he's got like almost the exact same setup, but like a more handsome version. No, I did not. Like he's a younger, better looking version of me.
Well, you can assume that I'm younger.
Yeah. I'm this close to removing him from the screen and just having the audio of his voice.
Hang on, here you go. Is that better?
Hey, man, now I'm the most handsomest, glasses, bearded, something or other.
No.
Bradley, come back. We missed you. When you put your first book out, how did you do it? As in, most of us, when we do that, we don't know what we're doing, how we're doing it. We don't know where to print it. We don't know where to put it. Did you make 1,000 mistakes, or did you talk to someone? Tell us.
So, like I said, briefly said earlier, I've been probably doing the printed comics for about 7-ish years now. When I first started, like you said, no idea what the hell I was doing. Me and my mate were initially going to just solely do it as a webcomic. Before we were can't think of the word that I was after. Persuaded to get it printed up by one of the not local but home printers sort of thing, and we went to Supernova. No, wait, we went to Nerdmania, which was the Shepparton convention. It was I think their first year running it, and honestly, I wish it had have gone poorly because it set my expectations very high.
Yeah.
So our first con that we did, we went there with I think it was 50 books of issue 1 and 2, because we had the first 2 issues all drawn up, and pretty much almost sold out, which was amazing.
Oh wow, yeah, that is.
And then a month later, we decided to go to Supernova, and it was so contrastingly different. It was a very big shock to the system. Had a bit of a panic attack. Had that big imposter syndrome. Didn't know if I deserved to be there.
Yeah.
And day 2 was the complete opposite. We had a fantastic time, and we sold heaps of comics, and kind of made the first day's freak out and moot point, but we live and learn.
And friend of the show, Kieran Jack, how did that relationship begin?
He worked at JB Hi-Fi with my partner.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so it was the whole thing was just like small town sort of thing, and he was starting up his podcast Halftone Effect, and I jumped on one of the earlier episodes, and we were just talking because I had a lot more knowledge on manga and things like that, and it was something that he hadn't touched on much before, so we kind of did a bit of a deep dive there, and after the episode, he was the one that persuaded me and my friend to basically get the stuff that we're working on paper, and it all kind of rolled on from there, and he kind of was our coach, getting us doing the whole Little Mac thing, if anyone knows what Punch Out is.
No, I thought you meant
cool.
The NES game?
Yeah, the NES game.
Oh, there you go. I
don't know why the first thing I thought was that Macaulay Culkin movie where he died and got stung by a bee. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's how I feel when you talk about manga. It's like, if I were talking about Macaulay Culkin films, then I'd be in my element.
Home Alone, man. Home Alone.
You can't just make up movies, Rob.
So yes, the Kickstarter is running right this second. What are those round things?
Boxing gloves.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, the thumbs.
Did I miss it? Why are we boxing?
Punch Out, man.
Oh, right. It's always awesome when I need the jokes explained to me. But yeah, here's the link. It's long, so get out a pad and pencil. But if you just go to Kickstarter and type in Super Ready Battle Armor,
That's it.
it should come up.
In particular,
Otherwise,
yeah.
Sis,
Even if you just slap it into Google, it'll be on the first page.
you can go to this link here too, and it'll
Yeah,
show
that'll
up
take you
there.
there. Yeah. True.
Thank you so much, Bradley, for joining us tonight. We might just quickly, while we've got Shaden here, we might just quickly say pimp her book. Do you want to just give people at home a little how do you do about your awesomeness?
Oh yeah, sure, of course. So No Man's Land was originally born alongside my thesis back in 2018. It basically features an all-female cast, and what I like to tell people at conventions is that it's literally turf wars, but on roller skates. So, yeah, it's a bit like roller derby, except they're on aggressive inline skates.
This was awesome. The turf war, the world building of it, having
Oh yeah, I love that.
It like tells you the different
I
gangs and
actually
stuff.
built the world in Google SketchUp as well when I was doing my thesis, just to like give me a little bit more like context, which was actually really fun.
That is. And tell us about the color palette choice, because it is so awesome, and I want to rip it off if I knew how to. But
my favorite question, yeah. The color palette is extremely important in the story. Essentially, the color palette illustrates what turf you're on. So each team has their own color scheme. For instance, the Libras, which are the main team in the comic, they are essentially just pink and blue. Other teams like the Queens, they are pink and yellow. So I try and stick around the pink being like the anchor point of the color scheme. There is one team how they don't feature the color pink just because I kind of ran out of options. But they are the Finns team, and this one was pretty tricky to actually decide which color scheme to go with. And because they are on the turf that fronts the beach of the town, I was like, oh, like normally sunsets are like blue and orange, so like why not that be their color scheme? So
cool.
Yeah, a lot of thought goes into the color.
oh, that's awesome. And where does your style come from? Do you think your overall art style? What are your influences?
Similar to Bradley, I was heavily influenced by the Japanese culture, anime and manga and things like that. However, then I then delved into like more Western comics, such as Slam is another one, which also is kind of like the movie Whip It, essentially. It's all about roller skating, roller derby, and all that great stuff. So that was mainly my.
So I haven't seen it.
It's
crap
really,
joke.
really
I have
cool.
seen it. Drew Barrymore and the lady from Arrested Development. I really liked it.
I love that color. It's so cool.
Yeah, sorry, I interrupted with a crap joke and I totally killed your rhythm.
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, essentially, that's my whole emphasis. I've got lots of digital artists that I follow. One being my all-time favorite called Loish. That's Loish, and she's from the Netherlands, and she really understands color a lot. So yeah,
that's awesome. So you can buy No Man's Land from the link below. There's a shop on her website, plus a whole bunch of art and whatnots. So head there now. Sis, should we take a look? Oh, we've only got 2 pieces. Should we? Oh, quick! How about we let the people digest a little something?
I know.
We meditate for a few. What do you reckon?
I'm on board.
All right, take us there.
Are you ready to go? You better be.
Time to put everyone to sleep, is it?
Dave, I went to an Illustrator sort of Skillshare thing today, and one of the artists pulled up his iPad and showed me a style that he's trying to learn, and it was essentially how you do your stuff.
Oh.
And I told him about Drink and Draw, and I said one of our regulars does it live on the air with ink and a brush, and he was very impressed.
All right. Who was that? What was the show called?
Oh no, it was an in-person. It was a work thing.
Oh right.
And
Skillshare is just like basically a YouTube with a bunch of like how-tos and stuff.
Oh well, this was like in real life, and it was just a few of us. sharing.
Real life.
Yeah.
Real life.
What's that like?
Not the internet.
So Dave, tell us how do you go about tackling a character that I assume you had no real prior knowledge of?
Oh well, I typed it into the Google and looked for some sort of image that I could use as a reference, so I got a bit of an idea what I'm drawing. And then when it comes up, there's about 5 or 6 different looks. He looks different, depends who's drawn him and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He hasn't really got a really. He didn't seem to be sort of dependent on the artist or the whoever who was doing it. What exactly he looked like a little bit. There are subtle differences, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's what I do. Then I look for inspiration as into how I can, pose him. What sort of pose to put him in, that sort of thing. So I was sort of thinking it's some sort of running pose. Of course, I got my.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's the.
Yeah.
Pose.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's basically how I get to this. And then, well, that's about it, really. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, Neil, what about can you show us a work in progress maybe, or no?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You big us up,
geez.
Sizz. Oh,
There we go.
Oh,
he's
he's great.
trucking.
I love
He's
this.
trucking.
yes.
That's him. Good one.
I
mate.
love the rubber hose arms and legs.
Yeah.
Where you got to go. I went into my long boxes and looked up S and got a shot of him. And what's this?
So you do have
character?
copies of Shadowhawk?
No.
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 In 1992 was when Neil was teaching me at TAFE, and he was always showing us his image collection. And I think he had
Couldn't help
18
myself.
different versions of Shadowhawk 1 that he was very proud of
Yep.
owning. And he also
Yep.
wore a Shadowhawk helmet into class, which was a little off-putting.
I mean, I always heard the rumor that Neil it was actually the Image 10 that left, that formed Image, and Neil was one of the OGs.
That's right. My good friend Todd McFarlane and I.
Yeah.
We
Your brother Nick, Dan, he didn't know who Shadowhawk was, despite he and I going to our first comic convention in 1996, I believe. And this was before cosplay was a massive thing. So they paid a guy to dress up as Wolverine and a guy to dress up as Shadowhawk because Jim Valentino was there. And we got all this free Shadowhawk swag and put stickers all over our stuff. And Dan has completely wiped it from his memory.
Disappointing, Dan.
Yeah, it was a really, really good time, really good bonding time in our relationship, and he's completely forgotten it.
Apparently not.
Wow.
I think I've got that great Shadowhawk book where you fold open the cover and it's like 3 covers high.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I don't remember which it was, but it was meant to be the new gimmick.
Maze have
a
terrible.
fold-out cover.
Lasted.
In what fashion are your books stored? If you needed to get that book, could you find it?
No.
Is it with the rest of Shadowhawk, or is it just random?
I think it's random. It's under some stairs and covered in Christmas decorations and spider webs and probably mildew and yeah.
Awesome. Not shade and dew, mildew.
Correct.
Hey.
And on that bad joke, I'm just going to jump in and say,
for more.
people, we need ideas for next week. We've had one comment that actually meets the requirement.
Yeah, who are we drawing next week? Someone from not Marvel, not DC, not Image, comic book character.
And it doesn't have to be Hellboy.
And you can
That's
think
the only one
outside the
that's gone up.
box.
That's the only one that's gone up so far. So if people don't get in, it will be Hellboy.
Alf has been in a comic. The Terminator has been in a comic.
Archie, Jughead,
Benny, Veronica.
Jesus Christ was in a
In the
comic.
comments, people, in the comments. Quickly.
See, I know other comic characters too. Or you can do
I'm just
characters
throwing
or French
sorry
and
about that, but yeah.
or Tintin for English people.
yeah.
Asterix, Obelix. Smurfs are comic.
While you've got the floor, what should people be doing?
They should be liking, subscribing, and ringing the bell so they'll tick the bell so that way they know they've got a reminder every time a new episode comes on. And what else do they need to do? Share a friend. Tell a friend.
Oh, nice.
Your friends. Friends are not for sharing.
This isn't the swingers club, Alex.
Share your friends.
Yeah.
Well, it can be. I
Nope.
mean, sharing is caring.
Community.
Sorry. I'll just share Nick around. I just share both my Nicks around.
We've seen enough of your Nick.
So we are reaching the hour mark, ladies and germs. So prepare to drop pencils. I don't know. There's no strict deadline, but Alex, get cracking.
Yeah.
We do have 2 drawings. Should we have a look at those? Sis, what do you think?
Yeah, sure. We've got 3 because
3, sweet.
Thanks to Dave's little nice little section there, segment. I finished mine.
Sizzle episode
Now, I
50
something about that.
brings it out.
Episode 50, I bring it out. So, but we'll start with Nick May. Oh no, not me yet.
Hey, no, you've got the floor, mate.
Okay, here we go.
Congratulations on episode
Are you ready?
50.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Good on you, mate.
Nice.
Is he like Wolverine, is he?
He's got 4,
He does.
not 3 claws.
Oh, right. I
He
didn't know
definitely has a Wolverine vibe.
But they're
Shadowhawk.
like part of his glove. They're not actually come out of him.
Don't color him in. He does
that.
look like
Ripper,
Wolverine.
sis. Good on you, mate.
That's awesome. And in true Image OG Rob Liefeld fashion, you didn't draw any feet. Sweet.
Yeah. I avoided the feet because that's my
Yeah.
weakness.
Same. When in doubt, make him walk through water.
What was the other one?
I
Smoke,
think you
wasn't it,
mean
or
when in doubt, leave them out.
something? Yeah, that's right.
There's a rider right there, guys. That's a rider.
And what a handsome rider.
Oh, stop.
You look French all of a sudden. Not like a cool, laid-back 90s mole rat like me.
I think we're bring everyone out of attractiveness, Rob. What do you think?
Yeah. We used to do that. That was a thing.
it was
Not
a thing.
anymore. That's of a
Used to,
bygone era.
it's true.
Yeah. I won too many
So
times in a row.
Let's go on to the next person after me, which would be Nick May. Hopefully I did the right drawing.
Hopefully.
Oh,
yeah, that's the right one.
Oh,
everyone
nice.
see it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nick's
Can't see
drawings.
it.
That's awesome.
Love
Put
the
it up
blood
again.
hanging off.
Oh, sorry,
I
Dave.
can't see it. Ah, yeah. Ripper, mate.
I like his pockets. They're rad.
Oh, right. Pockets.
He's walking off pretty casually after just throating somebody with those claws.
I was,
Anyway, catch us later.
Hey.
that's the exact vibe, Rob. You got it.
And do you want me to put yours up, Spedsy, or?
Yeah.
Okay, we got Spedsy's. I'll do the double click to just make sure everyone sees it.
Oh,
nice.
Hey.
Nice.
Look at that.
You're having fun with the
Very good, mate.
transparents. I'm noticing.
ET phone home.
You guys have the same pouches. I thought, what's going on? Why are you guys
Depends
doing?
on your reference, I think.
You get the same
Rob,
reference.
Rob
Yeah,
drew
did-
mine.
I just picked the first Shadowhawk that came up.
I picked I think an Eric Larson redesign that had floating pouches on his hips.
Nice.
All right.
I picked the third one in my Google search. So
Me too. Me too.
like
Oh, nice.
Overhawk or something.
All right. Well, while we've got a few minutes, everybody think so. Shadowhawk closely resembles Wolverine. Can anybody else think of a character that strongly resembles another character? Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing.
And
Like, have you ever-
X and
Yeah.
Egghead.
Simba the Lion? Sorry?
you know, you can help me out. Come on.
Go, Nick, mate. I'm busy anyway.
Deadpool and Deathstroke.
That's the one. There we go.
Wade Wilson and Slade Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Superman and Batman with their tops and cowls off? It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Easy, Neil. Easy.
I thought of one. Always one I thought of was Daredevil and the Flash. Do you reckon they look the same?
Oh, yeah. Trade the horns for some little wings.
Nose out mask type deal.
Is that right or wrong?
I'll give it to you.
Completely wrong.
Okay, yeah, I accept being completely wrong because I really don't know what I'm talking about.
What about Surfer and Dr. Manhattan? Just naked dudes.
Who was the first one, did you say?
Silver Surfer.
Oh, yeah. And if you had the Absorbing Man and he touched something bluey silver, you've got
Game
the
over.
transitional.
And then you can have the Invisible Man on the end. And then it's the full transition.
Oh, Iceman. Iceman and Silver Surfer. They're both riding around, getting the shine on.
Thunderguts and Race Bannon from Johnny Quest.
used to watch Johnny
Minty
Quest.
Frisket and Dick Tracy.
Sputnik and Craven the Hunter.
Oh.
The Devil's Toilet and an actual toilet. What's the deal? With Captain America's little wings, Flash's little wings, and Submariner having little wings on his feet?
They're all really big fans of Hermes.
Yeah.
Correct. They caught Hermes.
I don't know
Shadowhawk
if
had
that's
Hermes too.
the thing where they said that
Big
Captain
mind
America
finish.
is more of Captain Puerto Rico because it's like
Yeah.
wow, nice.
That's awesome, Dave.
That is fantastic, Dave.
Feel for AIDS.
Wasn't there a
How do you have the
Marvel
guts to do
character
that
was-
shading? I don't know. What is that, Dave, with the wash type stuff? Is that the water stuff?
Yeah, it's just the washing up water.
Wow. Amazing.
Would I wash me brush in?
Ugh, that water's all dirty.
There's no tobacco in there, though. That's the
Yeah.
ink bottle.
You're not
That's
learning
the
from
ink
Lee,
bottle.
eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, please
Okay,
go.
Shaden, you look finished.
Was there a
Yeah,
character that
I'm-
was very similar to Shazam?
How do I share?
Can you see the writing down the bottom? art@comx.studio. Just send it to that email.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I missed that.
That's cool. Everyone does it.
Right, I didn't know either.
It's like a novel scrolling across the bottom, so I wouldn't worry. Once
I was
upon
so
a time,
I was like very distracted by Dave's work.
Usually I'm
Just give me
distracted by
1 second. I'm going to try and do this.
Thor has also got little wings on his hat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, true.
What's with
So
the little
does
wings, you
Asterix.
guys?
They're kind of like Viking.
Asterix, yeah.
Mm.
Asterix.
Asterix, the original Thor. Think about it.
Obelix with his massive rock that he carries around.
Yeah.
It's Obelix.
No, it's not. What did I say, and what did you say?
Anyway, sorry,
Anyway.
guys.
There's no sorries in baseball.
Haven't
All
seen
right,
Duncan yet.
Duncan,
What?
have I shown yours?
I don't know. Did you?
No.
I don't
bet
think
you
I
wouldn't.
did. Well, we'll show Duncan's.
I bet you wouldn't because you're a bastard.
I am a bit.
Whoa.
That looks sick.
Oh,
Good little mate.
Oh yeah.
Well done,
Whoa.
Duncan. Good on you, mate.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
great.
So it's hardcore.
What do you call that when it's all black like that? Negative space or something?
I call it black.
Chiaroscuro.
I call
Nailed
it
it.
I'm lazy. That's what I
No,
call it.
it looks great.
Oh, that's good then. That works out then. Laziness pays off. Make it set at night. You've got nothing else to say up there. I just trail it off. I'm just going to sit here and eat now.
we're at that part of the show. Well, Sis, should we go into our last segment while we wait for bits and pieces?
10 minutes.
Here's one for you, Duncan, though, before we go.
Put your dog back on the leash there, Shane.
Oh, dear.
you poked the bear, Sizzle.
I did poke the bear. I shouldn't have put that up. So, actually, before we go, I owe Bradley this. So, everyone looking at his comic, we've got 30 seconds for that email to come through. So, here we go.
Holy
Nice.
moly, was I the only one rocking out to that? Looks awesome.
Again.
Thanks, guys.
What's next for you after issue 5 comes out?
Looking at doing a webtoon at the moment. Not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing, but I want to tackle that space. Change up the medium a little bit. There's a couple of other projects I've got in the works that are probably going to be more traditional medium. And I honestly just want to collab with a lot of people. Want to kind of spread my wings or spread my legs and fly.
Spread the little wings on the side.
Yeah,
of
that's
your
it.
head.
There's 6 days left, I think, on the Kickstarter now. So we're in the final stretch. Getting nervous, getting scared, but staying positive.
Yeah. You'll smash it. Well, what do you think, Sis? What should we do? Should we start shamelessly whatnotting and then maybe end the show with Shaden's drawing?
I've got 2 more frames to go.
2 more frames. Nice. Hey. Well, we can actually show Shaden's right now because I went somewhere else and found the email doesn't seem to be working.
Pressure.
So here you go.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Good.
Awesome.
I thought it'd be fun to like gender bend it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You did good.
That's wicked.
You did awesome.
There's a singer-songwriter called Lady Hawk, but that's just...
Oh, there is too. I
Yeah.
didn't even think of that.
I mean,
Did she
it's kind of...
sing, Delirium? Was that it? That song back in 2009, I think it was.
I think that's
Nick
not
Mayberry.
right.
Yes.
Neil Blandon would
I
know.
used to
He-
love
he
that
knows.
song.
Why would I know?
Neil Blandon's got all their VHS tapes.
He's like an encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, for a brief second, just to make it about me, I kind of drew eyelashes on mine. If you look super carefully, and I thought I could maybe gender bend it, but then the rest didn't really pan out. Yeah. Anyway,
That's awesome.
but yeah, that's really cool. That's awesome. I love the white outline too.
Yeah, I kind of like. I didn't know what to put in the background, so I was like, yeah, that'll do.
No, it's great. Really cool.
Next section.
Well, yeah,
Let's
we
do it.
will do this thing. For those who don't know, you'll work it out. Here we go.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
Get shameless, Sizzle.
Sorry, I'm downloading a file. Shameless. I'll cheat if I can cheat in here. Can I cheat in here?
No, only Rob
No, I
can.
can't. There's no video.
No, you
here.
can.
Okay, in
There
that
is
case,
no
just ComX shop. ComX.shop. Go there, buy comics by a lot of these people in the room right now, and lots of other people as well. Yeah, that's my plug. Go to ComX.shop.
My stuff you can find at psychojanitor.com. You can find this guy, The Devil's Toilet, as well as Vamoose, featuring some of the people in this very room and some of the greatest creators in Australia, and Sluggish. And I also have some books up at reveriepublications.com.au, none of which come out very quick. That was me trying to just smooth transition.
I don't get it.
You can find my stuff at detectivebudgie.com. And tomorrow I'll be on Ethereal Comics YouTube channel with Lee Short, Justin Brunel.
Right.
That's in about 12 hours. I don't know. Tomorrow morning. So
About 10 o'clock, I think it is.
Yeah,
In the
so
morning.
about 13 hours. Nice number.
All right, cool. I can't really talk comics like those guys can. I love to draw and create, but my historical comic knowledge isn't fantastic. So we'll see how I go. We'll see what I keep up with the conversation.
You'll be
You
right,
had all
mate.
those awesome Shadowhawk anecdotes to share with us tonight.
Alex Major.
I'll keep it long. Yeah, I'm on Sloppy Bunny Tunes on TikTok mostly, and sometimes on the Instagram. I'm Sloppy Tunes on Webtoons, and also people keep buying Vamoose 3 and all the ComX Presents, Noir and Presents, and because I'm working on follow-ups for those books as well. So yeah, and then also I'll yeah, that's about. Other than that, just nothing else is comic related. So let's go to Shaden. She has new stuff to talk about.
You can find my stuff at shadedart.com, which is just down below. I also have my physical copies in Greenlight Comics here in Adelaide. That's just
cool.
situated off of Rundle Mall in the CBD. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do go to conventions as well, local conventions here in Adelaide. So if there are any South Australian watchers, you can find me at Comic and Toy Fair, which is a biannual event, as well as Supernova and other conventions like that.
Cool. Awesome. You guys have an OzCon or something on this weekend, don't you? Don't you have something?
Yes, we do this weekend. I unfortunately somehow didn't get around to the applications in time. I didn't hear about it in time, so I was very disappointed with that, but hopefully I can try again next year.
You're not going quick?
No, same. No one knew about it. It just kind of announced itself about a month or two ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really sudden.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody is doing their job right, and it's definitely not you guys. You guys are doing it correctly.
Dave.
I've got some comics in the ComX shop, also at Owner Indie. speaking of which, I just want to make a call out to Mr. James Powter of Caboolture in Queensland. Great bloke. Just ordered a copy each of Amazing Tales 1, 2, 3, and 4, and
Awesome.
sent them off today. So he's a champion, that bloke. Should be more of them in Australia like that. Thank you very much, James. Good on you, mate. That's all from me. Over to Dunk.
Huh? Oh. What's that?
Wake up. Wake up.
What's happening? What's the question?
Plug yourself.
Dragon Ball Z. Just take us through.
Well, it all starts when a little boy named Goku comes to Earth in a spaceship. No. I don't have anything up at the moment in Kitties. Currently being printed, and we're getting the bits and pieces for that together. I draw stuff and post it online. If you want to know what that is, ask Shane. Otherwise, I'm going to have to spell out my last name. So go to Sizzle. That guy and that bastard. To find out where my stuff is. Otherwise, I'd have to spell out my last name, and it's really weird.
Awesome.
Go on now. Your turn.
Nicholas Mayfield, it's you, my friend.
I'm apparently one copy off selling more books than Jim Lee. So if everybody can just get to psychojanitor.com, I only need one more person to buy my cover for Vamoose 3. And I will have broken all sales records. So I'm really proud of that. Allegedly look out in the future for some of my work in the Zombie Basketballer coming out from Silver Fox Comics probably in the next couple of months. But other than that, let's hear from Neil.
Look, Blenderama on Instagram. On the Instagram, that's probably about it at the moment. I've got stuff. It's just sitting there at the moment. It has to sit there until I get my book together. And I have to reprint some stuff as well. So when I get around to it, because I'm just working a real job, so I don't have time at the moment. That's it. Bradley.
Apart from the Kickstarter that I've got running, I also host a manga podcast where we just talk shit about manga for about an hour every second Wednesday of the month over on Half Tone Productions. And pretty much everything that I have ever done comic-wise, you can get in the Kickstarter that we've been talking about, as well as the rest of the Half Tone Productions label.
Awesome. Wow. So the person who commented last week that the show was a bit long, look at us now. We got the whole thing done in an hour 12, 13, and 1 second, 2 seconds.
Okay. That's why I couldn't be ready on time.
Gift. Are we going to go into that?
I'm sorry, Alex. I keep talking I forget one of my favorite parts of the show. What a jerk.
The gift who lets us see an Aussie creation at the end of the gift. So here we go. We got Shadowhawk.
Ooh.
I can't see it.
And in true Alex form,
farts out what's the guy's name again? The Green and Pastures?
It's Trevor.
Bovis, that's right. Yeah.
Trevor Bovis.
Trevor Bovis, yeah.
Trevor Bovis. Oh my god.
Lovely.
Awesome. That's awesome, Alex.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, make sure. No, you go, Shane. Who cares?
No. I'm ready to wrap up. So you say what you're going to say.
No, I just was going to say people should go to at Sloppy Tunes on TikTok because there is a lot more farting to be had.
Yeah, there's a lot of farting.
It's really cool. But yes, thank you so much to everybody. Sizz, who are we drawing next week?
Well, I have the power to choose, which means I get to show this.
No time to lose. By the power of
ComX.
Sizzle.
Yes, I have the power. That cracks me up every time I watch it. Okay, so we've had quite a few ones I've never heard of, some that didn't meet the rules, but the one that I've never heard of that sounds quite strange, and I'm going to go with, is Scud the Disposable Assassin.
Oh,
that's cool.
nice. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nice suggestion.
Say it
Yeah, I
again.
wonder who suggested that.
And the people who are putting to Kerry, who put She-Hulk in the suggestions, and and Dan May, who put Superman. It's like, I'm not sure we could have been clearer. Not out of Marvel DC.
Were they talking about bulletproof stuff at the time?
No, I choose to out them as dummies for something that you're probably
Sorry,
right.
Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kerry. I tried.
What's it called? Scud.
Scud the Disposable Assassin.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably. Dan, who should we draw next week?
There he is.
Oh, come on, mate. No.
Perfect.
See? Look, I'm still doing it. All right. Thanks so much for watching our show. Please come back and join us next week, won't you? For a whole bunch of cool illustrators and whatnot, drawing Scud the Disposable whatnot. And we will see you then.
Is that
Lovely.
The show has died. It is dead. But in 1 week, like a phoenix, it will rise again. So stop the crying at once. Instead, head to ComX.shop and dry your tears on a copy of Amazing Tales by Dave Dye. The Devil's Toilet by Spedsy. ComX Presents featuring Ed Kearsley, Tony Menzie, Duncan Pranavicius, Peter Wilson, Lee Chalker, Zach George, and so much more. The list is longer than this outro. See you next Friday for more drinking and drawing. Alright Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle. Don't make me come over there and butter your crumpet. Sizzle, doink the thing. I shouldn't have to scold you like this in front of your friends. Slap your honk on the thing. Sizzle, I can see your cupcakes. I mean, they look delicious.